The heat and like the heat that we had to survive while like tying in and putting our shoes on was just heinous. And as you start climbing, it just gets a little bit better. So I hope for the finals the temperature will be a little bit better. And I mean, I did not really try to get used to the heat because in a few days I'm going back to Norway where I'll climb in perfect conditions. So.
Well, hey, you did enough to make it and just enjoy it.
Thanks.
Ramon de Grange then has an early fight on this route. We saw a foot slip for his right foot earlier down in the volumes. This is where we lost Stefano. Ramon has an incredible wobble but manages to stick to the wall somehow. How he managed to stay on there, I have no idea. This is the true fight of the veteran from the Frenchman here. Incredible effort to keep going.
Yeah, really struggling with the body positions here. Choosing some really interesting beta. Doesn't seem totally comfortable in his feet, but he's making it through and he's super good at recovering. So hopefully he can find maybe some of the rests the other athletes have seen and pull it together for a finals position.
Ramon de Grange, known for having incredible amounts of endurance. He's going to need every ounce of that now. Spins off, couldn't find the right foot at all, looked incredibly pumped low down on the route there. The final men's climber out is Ramon de Grange, and we're going to have to see, will it be just enough to get through? It's going to be very, very tight.
Yeah, Magos kind of blew everybody out of the park there with his 44 plus.
Yeah, Alex Magos, 8 moves above Adam Ondra on a completely different planet, and a very hard 8 moves at that. It was really, really impressive from Alex, and to go through, someone who doesn't do that many World Cups, to go through into the final in the top spot. It'll be interesting to see the psychology of Alex Magos going into tonight's finals.
Yeah, for sure. It could be really stressful potentially. I mean, he comparatively doesn't have as much World Cup experience, but he's super, super fit. In the end, climbing is climbing. And if you're strong and fit, then you are. So, it'll be a really good final nevertheless.
Yeah, I sometimes think we might dwell ever so slightly too much on this whole competition outdoor thing. I remember chatting to Adam Ondra in an interview a few years back, and he tried some route that really wasn't his style, and he said, well, I just know how to climb. And I think there's a lot to be said for that.
It's quite interesting then, we look at Janja Garnbret. She's won so many competitions recently that they've only just finished the introduction here by the local MC. It's taken him a good couple of minutes just to rattle through all of her first places. First place in every Lead World Cup this season. First place in the bouldering last week in Munich. If anybody can get through move 28 plus, it is Janja Garnbret.
Yeah, even that first crux, she more or less campused it. So yeah, it could be really exciting when she gets through that whole 28. Hopefully it's not too awkward and she can manage to come right over the Gaston and then press through into that really, really precise crimp.
It says a lot about this woman that on these moves earlier on that have spat off some of the world's best climbers, we almost don't contemplate that she might fall off. We're already talking about her on the crux, and we saw Mina Markovic fall earlier on, but as yet, very smooth from Janja Garnbret. Once again, you might be able to hear that helicopter behind me. Apologies, they are actually carrying out a rescue, so our live stream certainly slightly less important than that. We'll let them get on with their work, but apologies if they do drown out our microphones slightly.
So Janja Garnbret then setting up nicely for this next section. This is where we saw a few athletes take the rest. She will not know what's happened. She'll get a good idea by the fact the crowd has been relatively static throughout the competition. Quite quiet, which is a strange thing for the Italian crowd. Janja Garnbret then. Said it time and time again, how unbelievable she's been in the competition series. Always seems to do well on the semi-finals routes, always seems to find a top where others have struggled. To find a top here would be an unbelievable event.
Yeah, you don't seem to see many mistakes either. As we said, you're almost assuming she'll get to the crux move, which is a dangerous thing to do, but she so rarely lets you down that you can make that assumption, and here she is setting up for it. So the left foot goes up. Are we about to see a top here from Janja Garnbret? Clips early, she won't have to worry about the clip. Goes back down, resumes the rest. Crowd just waiting. The MC is quiet. Everybody's waiting to see what she can do. Are we about to see our first top here in the semi-final in Arco? It's a legendary venue. We haven't seen any legendary action just yet today. Can Janja Garnbret be the first person to do that? She gets the left hand. Now she's up with the left again. The crowd know that she's just reached a new high point. She probably does too, judging by their reaction. Now she's into the steepest part of the route. We can barely see her, it's so steep. There we have it. We haven't seen any of these moves yet on this women's route so far. She goes up with the right hand. This is a comfortable semi-final win, if you like. This is first place for Janja Garnbret, no problem. She'll be climbing last in the final. We've seen that plenty of times before. Now she sets herself, just trying to get that awkward clip. The quick draw is just sitting in her lap. She sets herself. You can see the effort showing now. The left hand goes out. Such a powerful shoulder move. The feet are leading now, and she's off.
What a burn that was from Janja Garnbret. She wouldn't have known when she left